Tour of Utah is known for its steep mountain climbs and close finishes. Sometimes both scenarios collide. Pro cyclist Rob Britton takes us back to last year's tour.
Last year, I think, kind of checks a lot of the boxes for me. I mean, personally, like, that was just really cool. Like, rolling into Snowbird, like, right in the mix of things, right? Like, being right there when it was all happening, not just like coming in afterwards and kind of like basically reading about it on Cycling News. Most memorable moment though for me was last year on Nebo, the stage 3. You know, we were going up, kind of, you know, fight for position as the valley kind of like narrows, and it kicks up, and you have about 8K of like quite steep climbing. Lachlan had went, which is kind of what we predicted would happen. I think Cannondale chased her a bit. That BMC had Eisenhardt and Adipuma there as well. Costa's there. And so it was us, and then one by one, you know, Talansky goes up, Costa goes up, and so now it's just like, and then I think Adipuma kicked. Like, Eisenhardt pulled off, Adipuma kicked, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna get stuck chasing these guys down, because they were kind of peppered up the hill, like 1, 2, and then 3, 4 myself. So I turn around, and there's just no one there. It was just us. And that was like this crazy moment of Tour of Utah. I've never, like, maybe I was just that deep in the red that I like didn't realize there was no one else behind us. Like, and the caravan, the Com 1 had backed off so much to barrage everyone that there was just no, like, there was actually no one. So, oh, okay, well, I guess, you know, for the long haul now, like, and then I never looked back again after that. Like, I just looked forward and kind of caught Darwin, and then so it was the 2 of us and the 3 guys up the road. And, you know, we never did catch those 3, and then we got caught with the 2 other BMC guys. So that was really cool that day, and that was kind of like, okay, I guess I can go uphill with these guys now.
We've shown you the first 4 stages of this year's competition, spanning across northern Utah. But the tour wouldn't be complete without a stop in Davis County.
Davis County is quickly becoming a fan favorite for the Tour of Utah, with big crowds and dynamic racing. New for 2017, a stage start in Layton, which will provide spectators with 2 unique opportunities to view the race. Riders will also travel through Hill Air Force Base for the first time. After passing the Air Force F-16 and F-35 fighter jets, the route will take riders 53 miles along the rural roads of Davis and Weber counties. The race will again pass through downtown Layton before riders head south for the traditional 2-lap finish in downtown Bountiful. This 9-mile circuit includes a pair of crushing climbs across the Bountiful Bench. The winner will be a strong rider who can conquer the climbs and outkick those who still remain in the peloton.
While the finish line in Bountiful is lined with locals, the crowds for the Snowbird stage are unrivaled.
The Queen Stage, with its epic finish at Snowbird Resort, has traditionally had a huge impact on who wins the overall at the Tour of Utah, and this year it won't be any different. At just 61 miles, this stage is much shorter than previous editions, but the race will be that much harder. The stage begins in the shadow of Mount Timpanogos at Soldier Hollow, a venue for the 2002 Winter Olympic Games. Racers will only have a few miles around Deer Creek Reservoir before tackling the Alpine Loop, a steep ascent that runs alongside Sundance Ski Resort. Passing down American Fork Canyon, the race will travel through the cities of Draper and Sandy before the final 6-mile climb up Little Cottonwood Canyon. With large crowds, steep grades, and plenty of fireworks on the road, it's no wonder why this stage has returned to Snowbird for the 10th consecutive year.
There are many challenges cyclists face while heading up Little Cottonwood Canyon. For many, it's a day of pain. But for climbers, it's an exciting day to mark on the calendar every year.
The Snowbird Day is one of the hardest days in American racing, I think. It never ends. It's full on from the start line to the finish line. So yeah, it's all day. I think it'd be an epic one day if it was just a one-day race. But having it as the queen day of a race, it's incredibly hard and incredibly beautiful day of racing, I think.
Snowbird Day is a vicious one. It's I think we go over Guardsman the same day, and last year I was really struggling by that point. I had a few days early on where I maybe dug a little deeper than I should have up at altitude and wasn't recovering super quick, so I was in the hurt locker big time. Yeah, hopefully we can change that this year.
Normally the snowbird stage is at the end of the race, or near to the end of the race, and so that plays into it. I mean, everyone's got tired legs from before. Normally there's a lot of climbing beforehand, just in that stage alone. There's normally a tailwind, it's normally hot, and it kind of in like the valley there, and so it just adds up you really have to suffer to be good on that climb.
Yeah, snowbird is really hard. There's not too many days in bike racing in the US that make me reconsider my decision to race bikes. You know, there's a lot of uphill and it's really hard. And there's guys that go a lot faster than you, so it's demoralizing too, but it's fun in a way that it's challenging. So you just kind of have to embrace that, go with it, and get through the tough bits, and then it makes the fun, awesome, winning parts even better, to be honest.
Andrew Talansky rode the perfect climb and takes the win. The fist pump, our new yellow jersey wearer. The final stage at this year's tour is in the heart of the great state of Utah.
A favorite of both the racers and the spectators alike, the Tour of Utah's original Capital City circuit is back. The course is the same as 2013, starting and finishing at the State House. With 11 laps around downtown Salt Lake City, there are many great viewing opportunities for fans to see the riders up close and personal. Bonneville Boulevard near City Creek Canyon, the serpentine turns around Reservoir Park, and the final climb up State Street provide a front row seat to all the action. With 2 intermediate sprints and a time bonus at the finish for the top 3, the overall race champion may not be decided until the very last lap. This is the place where it's not over until it's really over.
We'll be right back.